Okay, it's February 6th, and I'm adding this to, this is a little bit, I call this Oh and Another Thing. That's the title of this video, Oh and Another Thing. And we're adding this just a little bit more onto the previous video, lecture and assignment number 2. One more thing that's part of the assignment for next week, which is I want you to go on the discussion page that I'm about to create. I'll create in the next hour. And it's going to be about genres. So I'll explain it here. I won't really explain it very much in the page itself. So you have to see this, which is I want to start identifying genres and subgenres so we can start discussing them in some way and you can get a handle on them. And since we have diagrammed Broad City and It's Always Sunny, okay, I want you to go on the discussion page. And I want you to tell me what genre you think they're in, what subgenre and genre you think they're in. So, for instance, if it was a show like, I made some notes here. If it was Brooklyn Nine-Nine, okay, that show is kind of like basically it's, you could argue it's a workplace comedy. If it's a workplace comedy, then other shows, including stuff as diverse as Veep or Cheers or News Radio or Larry Sanders, those are also workplace comedies, right? So Brooklyn Nine-Nine can be considered a workplace comedy, but it could also be considered a police comedy, right? A cop comedy, or it could be considered a buddy comedy because you have the two major guys in it, okay? The point is, one show can have 2 or 3 subgenres kind of in it at once. It can be a hybrid, okay? I want you to identify that. I want you to go on the discussion group. It can be like a sentence or two. Before the end of the assignment period that I'm going to post in the assignment that you probably already read. And I want you to say Broad City is, I want to put Broad City in this subgenre. I want to categorize it this way. Okay. And identify 2 or 3 subgenres that you think it fits into. And then give me one show that's in that subgenre. Okay. Once you've used it, nobody else can use it. So, by example, if we had been using the subject of Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and I said, and I was a student, and I put in Larry Sanders, it's a workplace comedy too, the next person who goes in the discussion can't put Larry Sanders. They've got to think of something else. So maybe they're the ones who go, well, Veep's in the same subgenre of workplace comedy. So we play, it's a game. So the first person to name one gets off easy, and the next person has to, if you're looking at a list of 5 things, you got to pick something new and justify it. So name a show that you think goes with Broad City and why they're in the same subgenre. Again, Broad City it can be in more than one subgenres. Maybe 2 women buddy comedy. Okay, I'm giving you one. Name another 2 women buddy comedy. When we run out of those, because you can't name something someone's already named, we'll have to find a different subgenre. Okay, or make one up and name it and tell me why. Maybe I'll comment on that. Okay, the same thing goes for It's Always Sunny. Okay. You name it, what you think, you tell me the couple of subgenres you think it sticks into and name a show that you think is like it in that one regard. Okay? Once that's named, the next student comes on, they can't pick that show. They got to come up with a new one. Okay? So these answers can be like 1 or 2 sentences, but you're going to put them in the discussion by the end of this assignment. Okay? Okay? That's what we're going to do. Another example would be if the subject had been, it's not going to be Modern Family, you could say Modern Family is a family comedy like Everybody Loves Raymond. They're in that same subgenre of family comedies, and I would say great. Or you could take a different tack and you say, sure, fine, Everybody Loves Raymond. The new student could come in and say, how about ensemble comedies? Because there's like at least 6 major characters plus all the kids. You could say it's like 12 or 13 major characters. What about ensemble comedy where they have to manage all these multiple storylines? In which case you could say another ensemble comedy like that is Friends. So Modern Family has a connection to Friends. It's also got a connection to, what did I say? Everybody Loves Raymond. Those are the 2 different subgenres. So you pick, when someone's used one, named another show and how it relates, sort of like 6 degrees of separation, you can't use the same one. So I hope that makes sense. I know I talked too quickly. I'm gonna stop doing that. Don't want to talk too quickly. Let's see, what time is it? Okay. So thank you, and email me with any questions. Okay, thanks.